Welcome to episode 9 of the AI podcast. I'm your host, and today we're talking about one of the most influential, controversial, and misunderstood forces in human society: politics. Politics shapes the world we live in, often more than we realize. It decides who has power, who makes the rules, how resources are distributed, and what values a society chooses to protect. It's not just something that happens in parliaments or debates on TV. It's something that touches your job, your school, your healthcare, your rights, and even your daily interactions with other people. But politics doesn't begin with elections or political parties. At its core, politics is about power: who has it, how they get it, and how they use it. That can happen in a democracy, a dictatorship, a council, or even a classroom. Wherever there are people, there's politics. It's how we make collective decisions in the face of disagreement, limited resources, and competing priorities. One reason politics feels so divisive today is that it deals with big, emotional questions: what's fair? What's right? Who gets what, and who decides? And because we don't all agree on the answers, politics often becomes personal. It's tied to our identities, our values, our hopes, and our fears. In democratic systems, the ideal is that power comes from the people. We elect representatives, vote on laws, and try to hold leaders accountable. But in practice, things are rarely that simple. Power tends to concentrate. Influence can be bought. Systems can become corrupted, slow, or disconnected from the people they're meant to serve. And yet, democracy still offers something powerful: the idea that ordinary people have a voice. That laws aren't handed down from a throne, but shaped by public debate, compromise, and consent. It's messy. It's frustrating. But it's also one of the most ambitious ideas humanity has ever attempted. In other systems, like authoritarian regimes, power is concentrated in the hands of a few. These governments might use force, surveillance, censorship, or propaganda to stay in control. They may achieve stability or fast decision-making, but often at the cost of freedom, dissent, or justice. And even in these systems, politics is alive, in whispers, in resistance, in underground movements or silent protests. But politics isn't just national. It happens on every level, in local councils, student governments, international bodies like the UN, and digital spaces too. The rise of social media has transformed politics in the 21st century. Now, information spreads faster than ever, and so do rumors, outrage, and division. Political battles play out in comment sections, viral hashtags, and algorithm-driven echo chambers. That's made it harder, and more important, to stay informed, to question sources, and to listen beyond your bubble. Because politics is also about conversation, about negotiation, about trying to live together despite disagreement. And politics isn't just about power struggles. It's also how we define what kind of world we want to live in. It's how societies choose to care for the vulnerable, manage their environment, protect freedoms, or build futures. Political movements have driven some of the biggest changes in history: civil rights, women's suffrage, labor protections, decolonization, democratic revolutions. None of these happened overnight. They came from people organizing, speaking out, showing up, often at great risk. So while politics can be frustrating, slow, or cynical, it's also full of potential. It's one of the only tools we have to create change at scale. To shift laws, systems, and norms. To turn ideas into policies, and values into action. And here's something we sometimes forget: not caring about politics doesn't make you neutral. It just means you're letting others decide for you. Because the system keeps moving, whether you're paying attention or not. Being politically engaged doesn't mean you have to run for office or know every headline. It can be as simple as asking good questions, listening to other views, voting, learning how decisions are made in your community, speaking up when something feels wrong, supporting leaders or causes you believe in. Politics is hard because people are complex. We disagree. We change. We care about different things. But politics is also the attempt to live together despite that, to find some way of governing that balances freedom with order, justice with compromise, and hope with reality. That's it for episode 9 of the AI podcast. Politics is everywhere, not just in governments, but in families, workplaces, and friendships. It's not something to avoid. It's something to understand, engage with, and shape, because whether we like it or not, it shapes us. If you found this episode valuable, share it with someone who's tired of politics, or maybe just tired of how we talk about it. There's always another way in. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and see you in the next episode.